screen. CDC guidelines for people who are exposed to COVID say that you should wear a high-quality mask anytime you are around others inside your home or indoors in public. The president, of course, did wear that mask in the Medal of Honor ceremony, but then took it off and didn't put it back on. Was that a mistake?
So look, I'm going to share a couple of things with all of you here, and just start with what the ceremony was all about because it's incredibly important. The president took off his mask, as I said he would, to deliver incredibly powerful remarks about this captain, Captain Taylor, and what he did in service to our nation, and he wanted to honor the captain. And for a brief time afterwards, he also did have his mask on, as you just laid out, and he left as planned, as it was planned. He left when there was a pause in the program in order to minimize his...
Makes perfect sense.
Close contact with attendees who are about to participate in a reception. And you all reported that, noticed that he left when there was a pause in the program because, again, he wanted to minimize certainly his impact on folks who were there. And so, look, we have to take this all into context. I think it's important that we do this. We are in a different phase, right? As we have said many times with COVID, this is kind of going on the third year of coming out of this pandemic. We believe we're in a very strong position to continue to fight COVID, and this is not new. People know what it's like to have COVID, know what it's like during this time. And I also would want to add is before the event started, the president spent a good amount of time with the Captain Taylor, and his family, and everybody was masked because he wanted to spend that quality, important time hearing from this hero, hearing his stories, and really thanking him one-on-one, and also with his family around him. And so the president, in every way that we could yesterday, followed the CDC guidelines. And again, he had his mask off briefly.
Okay.
And then when there was a pause, he walked out.
To go back to the medal ceremony from yesterday, you said today to my colleague that the president, in every way that we could, followed the CDC guidelines. And you made a point to say that beforehand, when he was meeting with Captain Taylor, he was masked, so he could have that time with him. Then why not wear a mask when he was putting the medal around his neck and he was so close to him like that? Was that an oversight by the president?
What I can tell you is that the president took off his mask to deliver incredibly powerful remarks about the captain. That was done certainly on purpose, right? Wanting to give him that Medal of Honor, and it's important. It was important to him to speak to the heroics of the captain, and that's what you saw. And afterwards, obviously, he didn't have his mask on, but afterwards, as it was planned, we made sure that when the program was paused, that he was able to leave right after.
Emphasize the pause, that he got out of the room to minimize that. But yesterday you had said that he would remove his mask when sufficiently distanced from others indoors. That was not very sufficiently distanced when he was next to Taylor yesterday.
Again, he wanted to make sure he had those really important remarks to share about the heroics and what the Captain Taylor did on behalf of his country. So yes, he took off his mask. But what we made sure to happen is that there was a brief pause. When there was a pause in the program, the president left. So to minimize his impact or his impact towards the attendees who were there. And so that was done on purpose. That was done very purposefully, so that again, he wasn't there for too long. Again, before, and the reason why I mentioned the before piece, because the president saw this to be so important that he did take some time with the captain and his family, and everyone was masked, and wanted to make sure that he did his part as well and was being protective of the family and the captain.
Go fuck yourself.